Google, restart video.
Hey everyone, Scott Innes, voice actor, Hollywood actor, movie star. Don't believe all that. I'm a legend in my own mind. Hey, you know me better as the voice of some of the most popular cartoon characters in the world. Scooby Dooby Doo, Scrappy Dappy Doo, Puppy Power, Like and Shaggy too. And you've got the Sullivan Project podcast. It's coming at you right now.
Hey Google, stop. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the Sullivan Project podcast. I'm your host here, Harold Sullivan. Hey Google, what time is it?
309.
Okay, that's how I tell time. I've been blind almost 2 years now. A couple more months will be 2 years. I was born disabled. I've been in a wheelchair since I was about 8 or 9, maybe 10. I'm 44, about to be, Jesus, 78. Yeah, about to be 45.
New notification from mail.
Oh, wow.
ETSE. The most soothing birdstone make way
Okay.
for aquamarine. Home and live.
Computer reading stuff to me. But yeah, I was born with it's called juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. It's an autoimmune disease and arthrogryposis. And been close to death 30 times. Had so many surgeries when I was younger. And I've had around 30 people or so die that I've known that were close to me. And so
New notification
I
from Outlook. ETSE.
wow.
The most soothing
Oh, it's reading it twice to me lately. My computer
//
technology. But yeah, I started this podcast to help people. This is episode 32, and everyone has a story, and you can't judge a book by its cover. And we all go through stuff. We all been through stuff, and you know we're all individual, but that's a good thing. And if you should never be. Don't let anybody get you down or talk you down or do anything to you. You decide how you feel. Love's a choice, and so is the hate. And you could feel the greatest in the world no matter what's going on around you. It's very hard though. So I'm on that path. They call that nirvana, right? When you reach just peace. So I got a bunch here to talk about. Yeah, the Google is my timekeeper now, and there is no such thing as time. So you realize that once you lose your sight, and it's just all dark, and that makes it scary. But thank God I found the light, and I want to help everyone else do that. We can raise the vibration, the frequency of the planet to love, and that'll be it. But it's so much good. There's so much going on. It's individual. Me, 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 me. It's not what it was for. That's not what we're for, and that's not how that works. Uh, so let's see here. So let me talk about. Oh yeah, recently, after I've listened to some more audiobooks, I'm up to about 120 or so over almost the last year and a half since I started listening to audiobooks. And I'm in the fifth time through the Bible, which is an 80-hour audiobook. But I've been getting that in my third eye, even when my eyes are closed or open, I'm getting like a ripple. I can see a ripple. I don't know if it's a drop of water landing in water, but I'm seeing this several times a day now. And I had seen it in the past just once in a while. Also, I was seeing like stars like I was going through space in my third eye. These are just really quick, you know, images. I don't know. They're just beamed right in there, I guess. And then another one was like lava or a volcano or some ground being disturbed. And then I've had so much else going on. If anybody can help with this, or if you got this stuff going on, we are all psychic. So, and I've been on We're All Psychic podcast. So check that out. It's called The Vessel, Harold's interview. If you go on We're All Psychic podcast. And then dreams, yeah, I've been having more dreams. I've been going different things, going places, getting better at my dreams. And a couple days ago, I actually was able to identify that I was in my dream. That's called lucid dreaming, when you know you're dreaming and you could do stuff. And you could like actually. So what I did was I was like, I'm dreaming, and I remember saying that, and then I made something appear in front of me like magic, and then I woke up. But because that's usually what happens, if you realize you're out of body or you're dreaming, that's when you wake up. But most people don't know you're dreaming because you can leave your body, and this body keeps us caged. When you go to sleep or whatever you do, you can do whatever. So, and that's the reality here. This isn't it. This is like the Matrix. This is a puppet. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember? My hip's still bothering me from the new wheelchair, but what are you gonna do? Hey
I don't
Google,
know,
what
but
did I want you to remember? It's acting funny
here's
too.
what you told me. First, droplet dream tomorrow, tomorrow easy crystal.
Hey Google,
Second,
delete the
rest.
first one. I got some more books I want to check out. I'm gonna talk to y'all about too. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Done. It's forgotten.
Hey Google, what did I want you to remember? There was like a minute and a half behind there.
I don't know, but I found these
Hey
results on
Google, what did I
search.
want you to remember?
Here's what you told
It's
me.
not telling me what.
First, recipe Arby's Pop Tarts Sacred Sword
Hey
Rainbows.
Google, stop.
Se-
Okay, so some food. I checked out recently. Arby's has this some kind of new steak. No, no, ribeye. Is it ribeye? I don't know, but anyway, it has Swiss cheese, onions on it, and some kind of garlic sauce. It's very good. And then I tried recently Pop Tarts grape. I mean, yeah, when you're kids or when you're young, you can do that, but it pretty much just tastes like that, like a grape lollipop. But I mean, I'll eat them. I just want to try them. So, but that's my review on those two things for you. And then we got some more poor man recipes. Whenever I used to have my own apartment, I made. I had the caregivers taking care of them, come and take care of me. I come up with some ideas of how to make stuff, without spending a lot of money. So let's see, what could we do? I'll give you two recipes. It's the same recipe, but you could do scalloped potatoes or mac and cheese in the oven. You get a 9 by 12 or 9 by 9 or 12 by 12 pan. You get them at the dollar store or whatever, packages of them. The metal pan. And you're going to need milk, cheese, and either your egg or not eggs, either your macaroni or your potatoes. It's always better to boil potatoes before you cook them, no matter what period. So even if you fry them, it's better to boil them. Or, you know, uh, you can microwave them, like in a. You can even bake a potato in the microwave if you wrap it in cellophane, that clear stuff, and maybe put holes in it to do that. But I've baked potatoes in there. But cook them. But you can cook them a little bit in there if you don't want to boil them, and then put them in the oven. So what you do is you do alternate layers, and then you'll do if you do macaroni. Obviously, you want to boil the macaroni before you put it in the oven. And the potatoes, you got to cook them first. That'd be better. Just cook them a little, and then so it's going to take 30 minutes if you do alternate layers. I like to do cheese. I like to do shredded cheese and regular like sliced cheese or block cheese. And I like to put American or sharp American and some cheddar in there, and just salt and pepper. And then you're gonna need milk. Uh, you put that in just a little bit in there so it goes to the bottom to keep it from burning. And maybe a couple minutes later you can put a little bit more in there. But when it's dry, that's when you know it's more done, and it gets a little bit black on top or brown. And you just alternate, yeah, the layers of potato and macaroni or cheese. 3 or 4 layers. Cook it about 30 minutes or so, I'd say. Maybe put a little bit more milk in, then another 15 minutes. And on 3 to 350. Just experiment. So, we got poor man recipe. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember? This is how I keep my
Here's
list
what
here.
you told me. First, recipe Arby's Pop Tarts Sacred Sword Rainbows.
Hey Google,
Second,
stop.
book.
Okay. So rainbows, in case people don't know, rainbows are always complete circles, but they go in the ground, and people are never like low enough to see them, and there's no pot of gold at the end because it'd be under the earth. And I believe they're always double rainbows too, but we just can't see them because of the way we're looking at them or the reflection. So I think rainbows are always. This is interesting facts. I've seen two rainbows before I lost my sight, and they were both about the same place, and they were both about on the top of a hill. And I think it had just rained, and there was trees there, and I just looked up, and the one was real good. The other one was kind of fading away, but oh, it was so magical. The colors, I didn't know it was so real. I hadn't seen them, except for in movies. Same with clouds, and I didn't see stuff in the clouds till I was like in my 30s, and I couldn't see stuff in the clouds. And I had looked before, and then one day I was like, wow, there are actually images in the clouds. You know, like the clouds are shaped like stuff, but you have to have a good imagination. And one of the books I just got done, audio books I just got done listening to, is Albert Einstein. It's one of his, or it's about him. And Albert Einstein says imagination is more important than knowledge. And he also says that he finds it hard to believe that God plays dice. Think about that one. So there's a sacred sword too. This is another thing. It's over there in Ireland, or one of them, like they were stored in the stone. This is a real thing, and it's still there. It's stuck, and nobody could get it out. But they dated it like 12,000 years ago, and they try every once in a while. And there's a big glass case, people can get close to it, but it's outside. It's stuck in the stone, some kind of stone. I don't. I think they don't know what it's made out of as well. This actual sword, and then some other sacred stuff. I have some stuff. You could get sacred stuff if you know what the sacred stuff is. So I have some stones I'll mention, or crystals. I have moonstones, sunstones, which are pretty good. I keep them in the windowsill. Check them out, what they are, the properties, and what colors and stuff. What else here? I just got some red rock from, where's that at? Arizona, which they have vortexes, and it's very unknown stuff, unknown and creepy stuff going on out there. So I got some of that red rock. I have some holy water. It's supposed to be from Jordan, and then I have what else is it? I have a piece of wood. Is it oak? Struck by lightning, I think it is, which is supposed to be very, very spiritual. So I have that. I also have a little shrine or altar deal set up to Jesus Christ. It's on the wall, and I have yeah, my leg is bothering my right leg, but it's a cold day today here in Pennsylvania. Jesus. So if I'm out of frame a little bit, I'm just leaning to relieve the pressure. Hey. So yeah, I have a shrine set up, and it has a Jesus with a cross. He's on a cross, and there's some crystals there, and because you got to do earth, fire, wind, and water, and Jesus is my deity. And this is just little things you can do. You don't have to be religious, this and that or whatever, but you can show respect, be closer to God or collective or whoever or whatever. Put your own deity. If you put bad though, it's gonna be bad. So don't do bad. It's all about your intention. So and then I have a feather. I have some holy water, and then I have a piece of oak struck by lightning. So the feather is wind, and then the water, obviously the holy water, and then you have earth, which is the crystals, and then fire, which is the struck lightning on the wood. Or you can do incense, candles, and that's just to be closer. I actually have a bunch of this stuff I'm putting together. I'm doing my own essential oils. I'm trying to make some jewelries, and even though I'm blind and can barely move my hands and fingers and that, I want to do stuff. I want to help people, and I need things to do. Plus this podcast, and if anybody wants to check out the podcast, the Sullivan Project podcast, it's on YouTube and TikTok, Harold Sullivan 78, and we're on Facebook, Harold Sullivan period 35. I talk to guests sometimes. If you want to be on, let me know. uh, Drop me a message, someone to help me read it, or add me on any of them platforms. You can also call 724-513-1472, and you'll know it's the Sullivan Project podcast when you hear the voicemail. So we appreciate all that. And let's see here. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember? I'm a little fast
Here's what
talker
you told me.
because I'm just
First, recipe Arby's Pop Tarts Sacred Sword Rainbows.
Hey Google, delete the first one because I'm on a different
Done.
vibration
It's
frequency.
forgotten.
I got to come down to talk to people for them to understand. It's hard, but a lot of us are like that. Oh, anyways, this podcast is called Free Us. This is a prison planet. Okay. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Books Dispensary weed. Second, Love Bastard Cat 6
Hey Google,
Firefly.
stop. Okay, so books, a couple more books. I just got done with a shamanism book, which I like Buddhism and shamanism. They're very good. Like all, I'm not against any religion or anything, and I want to learn what I can about, as much as I can that's positive. What else here? I'm starting the Wizard of Oz series. There's 14 books there, so I got those audio books. I just did Einstein, a book on him. What else did I finish here? That book. Let me recommend that book. Some books, okay? If you're into this stuff, this is good for. Oh, Many Lives. Is that what it was? Many Lives, Many Masters. It's a book about past lives. Also, the Afterlife Frequency, and then The Awakened Dreamer. These are three books that are about just deeper stuff, and it doesn't matter who you are. I recommend them. You will find something in there, okay? And they're all available on audio as well as regular. I'm trying to remember the other three books what I've listened to. I'm just like going through them lately, you know. Okay, so dispensary. Yeah, I've gone to dispensary to get into medical marijuana, and a couple weeks back, a man he says, "Hey, you're kind of like a legend around here," and he didn't even know I had become blind because he hadn't seen me in a while. Because I used to ride out on the bus and just go everywhere, just talk to people, go places, just sit, eat, whatever. I'm the dude, like I'm your ride or die, Just treat me good. I treat people good regardless, but just I'm a I'm good dude. I'm trying to bring a good energy, and I appreciated that when he said that. Like I don't do stuff just for this and that, but for the man to be like, hey, to give me some daps, and appreciate. Everybody needs that. Like flowers, you need the good stuff to grow, and I haven't had a lot of that, so I appreciate that, man. And talk about weed. Yeah, I've done lots of drug. Well, yeah, I mean, I did. I was prescribed painkillers from age 5 up until just a couple of years ago, and Xanax at the end. And I used to drink and do weed, and now I just do medical marijuana for pain and anxiety, pretty much, and to help me sleep and eat because of a lot of. Hey Google, what time is it?
3:26.
Okay, so let's see here, 20, 20. Let's see, 3:09, right? Okay, so yeah, I just do that. But in the past, I did bud, man. I was messed up. So one time I caught my leg on fire. I had a lot of problems, and then I almost. What was I gonna say about weed? Just I did. I did. I done a lot. I'm using this to come clean. And if you guys have stories or you have catfishes or anything, and you want to just come out about stuff. So anyway, yeah, I used to do pot. Oh, one time I got uh, what was it? I don't know what it was, but I got so sick smoking it because people used to get me until I learned to smell it, look at it, and all that. And so I had catnip in it. One time I got sick or something. Someone's like, "This is catnip." One time I don't know what it was, but I actually was seeing stuff. Like I thought I was in cartoon land, and I think it might have been some of that K2 or whatever. But I smoked it in a vape, and this was years ago. And then I was even getting them cartridges before the dispensaries. That were fake on the street. People were just pouring stuff in there, and I almost had to go to the hospital. So I wanted to warn people about that kind of stuff. And I almost got robbed a few times for the Oxycontin or whatever, I believe, because at the bus stop somebody tried to rob me in Ambridge, and this one time I lived in, and someone broke my window and to try to get into the one apartment I had, and I don't know what I had or what they thought I had, and thank God they didn't get anything. And then what else? I sold. I tried to anyway. I sold crack for like 2 months years ago, because I was staying at this place, and I mean, hey, our environment affects where we are. So I used to go hang out somewhere and they used to smoke crack, and I'm thinking, well, hey, why don't I just get it and sell it to them and make the money? So I was sitting in their place. In the meantime, yeah, they were just. I ended up losing money. Just say that with the pension and stealing and this and that, and then people coming up to me on the streets that I don't even know or wasn't even dealing with. Thank God I just quit doing all that. It's not worth doing bad illegal stuff, any of that. I'm glad that they got medical dispensaries now to get marijuana, and I recommend it. If you have anxiety or any kind of like head problems, even pain, uh, just it ain't a cure all, fix all. No drugs are. Like I'm still in pain even though I do it, but I'm not gonna sit there and just do weed all the time. It loses its effect just like anything else, and plus, it costs so much. You got to buy it. Ain't no card. Ain't no prescription. You know what I mean? That's messed up. You get disability money, you got to turn around and buy your medicine with it. But the OxyContin and all that was free. The Xanax. So, yeah, I appreciated that guy saying that stuff. Uh, I actually got something today called pineapple something, but it's a cartridge. It's pretty decent. So I'm working on other stuff too. Some music. I got this synthesizer that I'm trying to figure out how to do blind, but so I can do some beats, and I'm writing some song lyrics, and then I just gotta put the two together. My sister will help me. She's just getting a little attitude lately, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I mean? Prove me right or wrong, I remain strong. That's a Sullyism. Let's see here. Fight fire with water. All right. What else here? Everything is always for something. These are things I came up with. One man is every man. Everyone can't be fixed, but they can all be saved. Uh, God got me. Who got you? Up with Jesus or down with sin? What else here? I got so many of them. Oh, perfection is an opinion, not an existence. And then see, believing isn't seeing, it's conceiving. These are all, these came to me. Spirits brought these things to me. So we're going to get ready to wrap up the podcast. But again, Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube and TikTok. Harold Sullivan period 35. Facebook. If anybody wants to talk about anything, if you just need somebody, I mean, hey, I'm there. And if you want to work on like psychic unquote gifts, or try to give me to give you a reading. I do energy. I do. I'm working with dreams and dream interpretation, and who knows what else I might be able to help you out. And we are all psychic. You just got to calm down and realize it. If you listen to yourself, your intuition, your instinct, deja vu, all these things are psychic. We have all these abilities. And the reason why I call this a prison planet is because it's been controlled even since back the Bible is edited. Okay, and that's my book, and I love the Bible, and I'm getting the unknown books of the Bible and listening to them, and I recommend checking some of those out. Mary Magdalene, Adam and Eve, Enoch. There's a few other ones. There's a bunch, and everything, TV, the food, music, everything is controlled. Everything. The government, they have no control as far as the UFOs and all that other stuff that's going on. Come on, man. We ain't stupid. Some people, want to ignore it because they just want to. They think that if they ignore stuff, it's not real or it's going to go away. But there is so much out there, and nobody even has a clue, and the government doesn't have a clue. They don't even know how old the people are. Like, we go back thousands of more years than they thought. There's lost civilizations. And speaking of that, check out uh, Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix. And then Ancient Aliens, of course, is another good show about ancient stuff. And then, yeah, this is controlled. Everything is controlled. Everything people do in the way they think is controlled. And we got to snap out of that. And just be you. Rely on you. Quit being hooked on all of this kind of stuff that's in the food and the drinks and this and that. And when you get clear, you'll realize it. You'll look at everybody else and you'll be like, what the heck are you doing? You know? And yeah, Supernatural The Winchesters is over. 13 episodes, first season. Check it out. Very good. Last episode's the best. The new Quantum Leap, Kaka, the show. That's my review so far for 18 episodes or so. And remember, be the light, love's a choice, so's the hate.